Stop making excuses for your weak hamstrings and start doing Nordic hamstring curls. In this week's version of Thorough Thursday, I'm going to tell you how to do them and how to do them without different types of equipment at your facility. So let's get to it. So Nordic hamstring curls are a great way to build eccentric strength in the hamstrings that are very good for not only helping you get better at the lifts such as squat and deadlift, but it also helps you prevent injuries in the knee and hamstrings when you're playing sports and athletics. So the first way I'm going to show you is just with this foam roller that I have attached to the belt squat, but you can just attach it to anything easily. So you're going to put it at a height where you can just put your feet underneath it and your toes are almost touching or touching the ground. And then you're going to tighten your core as tight as you can, keep your hips fully extended, and then lower yourself to the ground as much as possible. So some of you may plop because your hamstrings are really weak, or some of you may get all the way down pretty steadily because your hamstrings are pretty strong. Either way, you're going down the same way as smoothly as possible. Then when you get to the bottom, you want to use your hands to push yourself up a little bit and try to pull yourself back up using your hamstrings and glutes. So for some of you, you may have to push up quite a bit. For some of you, you may push up a little bit. So now that you've seen it with the roller, I'm going to show you how to do it in a team setting. So when I was at a high school, training about 50 to 70 kids at once, and we didn't have a lot of specialized equipment, we had to rely on each other and get creative with some of these scenarios. So right here, I'm going to show you there's two benches lined up in front of one another. Someone is going to be holding the other person by the heels or ankles on the back of them. And then they're going to go through the motion exactly the same, but they're relying on the partner to hold them down and push off a bench rather than using an implement. So the reason why we use the benches is because it was a nice soft pad for the knee, and it was the only thing we had at the time. Now, if you don't have either of these, you're starting to wonder yourself, well, what else can I do to actually replicate this movement? So me personally, I'm showing you this video where I use knee wraps and tie the bar down to the rack as tight as possible, and then use a simple hip thruster pad on the bar to put your feet under it. So the reason I show you using those two implements is because realistically, those have multiple uses for everything rather than getting a specific product just for Nordic hamstring curls. So I hope you guys enjoyed this version of Thorough Thursday. Please go to the website agogeperformance.com where we can help you with online coaching and show you how to do these movements in your strength training program.